in mining operations, while associated with, physical and chemical risk, also expose workers to significant biological hazards. So these hazards normally arise from interactions with, biological agents like bacterial, fungi, viruses, and insects, as well as exposure to animals, vegetations in certain mining environments. So biological hazards can have both immediate and long-term health implications for workers. Particularly in, let's say, tropical mining areas. So sources of these hazards. Well, the first one is the microbial contamination. So underground mines, with poor ventilation and high humidity levels, promote the growth of bacteria, fungi, and then the molds. Then pools of water in mines, be it some water, stored temporarily in sumps in underground mines, or pools of water can also harbor disease-causing microorganisms. So it can even serve as a breeding grounds for mosquitoes, to lay more eggs and then hatch them. So then we have vector-borne diseases, in tropical mining areas. The mosquitoes can also transmit malaria, dengue fever. In some part of the world, dengue fever has broke there, and then a lot of human beings have been affected. Then workers may also be exposed to tick-borne diseases, tick-borne diseases, like the Lyme disease in mining areas with dense vegetation. Then zoonotic diseases, whereby, mines near forests or wilderness areas may be exposed or may expose their workers to diseases carried by animals, such as, leptospirosis caused by bacteria in the rodent urine, or rabies that is also transmitted through the bite from infected animals. Then poor sanitation and hygiene, in a sense that inadequate sanitation facilities or improper waste management practices can lead to exposure of fecal contamination, which can cause diseases such as cholera, typhoid, fever, and the rest. The natural vegetation and fungal spores. So in certain mining areas where workers may inhale fungal spores like histoplasma capsulatum, which causes histoplasmolysis, that is a lung infection. So it can, all these are biological hazards associated with mining. And factors contributing to these biological hazards in mining, one of them, or the first one, is environmental conditions, because high humid levels, dampness, and poor ventilation can create ideal conditions for the growth of microorganisms. And remote locations, which also stipulate that mines that are located in wilderness regions or areas normally exposed their workers to vector-borne diseases and zoonotic risk and all that. Then inadequate sanitation can also be a factor contributing to biological hazards in mining. Then occupational exposure can also be a factor to biological hazards in mining, because tasks or assignments such as handling of contaminated water, cleaning mine shaft, or working in close proximity to wildlife can increase the likelihood of biological exposure. Now let's come to mitigation strategies for biological hazards. First one is the engineering controls, and as for that one, it's very simple. You put in systems, for example, the ventilation systems to ensure that proper ventilation is achieved, especially in underground mines. And then administrative controls, such as the risk assessment, sanitation measures, vector control programs too, must be established. And then we have the PPEs, personal protective equipment. And then we have worker training and education, can also be a mitigative strategy for biological hazards. Then we have health surveillance and medical interventions, like the vaccination programs, regular health checkups, and emergency medical access and all that can also help mitigate biological hazards.